Is it possible to defeat every single enemy in the starting area of Metaphor Refantazio? In Metaphor, battle is like any RPG, just like in the Persona franchise, but in the overworld, you can attack the enemy, stun them, chip away at their health, and are able to defeat them in the overworld. So, I had the idea, maybe we could defeat every single enemy in the overworld of the first area where we can enter open combat. The goal of this video is to see either if we can defeat every single enemy in the overworld of this area, or see how many we can possibly defeat before we are defeated. Before we begin, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to the channel? It would mean a lot for me, and I hope you enjoyed this silly little challenge that I attempt. First, we start with the opening cutscene with our MC of the game, where we are attacked by bandits, robbed in broad daylight, and then we are pushed off to the cliff into the first area of the game, where there are a whole bunch of enemies in the same location as us. Now, our challenge begins, where we first go guns blazing into the first type of enemies we first see, and try to whittle away at its health, which wasn't a good idea since a whole bunch of the same kind of enemies spot us, so we are forced to make a retreat. Unfortunately, we have received our first step, so it's back to the planning. Afterwards, I decide to head to the right, where the hyeno enemies are located, and try to attack them instead since they are a weaker level than the worm creatures are. My goal is to kill them off one by one until there are none left. Unfortunately, two of them saw me, tried to attack them both while dodging both of their attacks. They were still able to kill me, finishing my second attempt of this challenge. In the third attempt, I tried to recognize the pattern of the hyenos and try to take them out one by one, but they still gang up on me, and my current attempt is finished. Attempt number 4 happens the same way as the previous attempt, as one can see. Attempt 5, I discovered we have a few healing items, but unfortunately I don't use them and get another game over. Attempt 6, I use some healing items when I take a good chunk of damage, find a pattern how to deal with the two enemies together, and take them both out, earning my first 2 kills of the challenge. I lure each enemy away from the pack to take them out, one by one, since it's easier for me to kill them one at a time to do it all at once, so I don't get overwhelmed and die. I continue with this current attempt before getting triple teamed on by 3 hyenos and falling yet again. Man, these enemies are very overwhelming. Attempt number 7, we get a single hyeno away from the pack and slowly but surely whittle away at its health, killing it. We take care of the rest of the hyenos while trying not to get jumped on by the rest of them all at once, and we are able to defeat every single hyeno in this area, making this the highest number of enemies we have been able to defeat so far. Feeling confident about our skills, we decide to try and take out the lion scorpion creature, but then realize we are way in over our heads when I see that it is level 35! I try and try to chip away at its health, but I am barely able to make a dent in its health, and eventually get taken down, making this our next step of the challenge. Attempt number 8. We continue with the same strategy as last time, defeating each hyeno one at a time, until the area is clear of them, and make sure to not take as much damage as we possibly can. Once every single hyeno is gone, we start to take care of the sandworm enemies on the other side of the area, but only making sure to take care of them one at a time, since last time we tried to take care of one of them,
I'm sorry, everyone.
Wake up!
we got overwhelmed and tasted defeat. The sandworms are fast, while also being 2 levels more than the hyenos were, so we must dodge more, while also dealing less damage with them as well. So, while it takes longer to defeat the sandworms, I can still take them down, but not before getting killed by the 3rd sandworm, finishing this run with the highest number of enemies defeated, but it is still possible to defeat them all. We just need patience, timing, and positioning. Which will not happen anytime soon, since I get very impatient trying to get back to where we were previously, and so I die very fast many
Stop kidding around!
frickin'
Sorry,
You
everyone.
can't die on us!
times.
You
Like
can't
this.
die on us! You're all we have!
After many other attempts, we're finally able to defeat all the hyenos again and get back to killing off the sandworms yet again. I get back to the same number of enemies defeated before and start finishing off the 3rd, 4th, and 5th sandwarp, making almost the entire area monster-free. The only enemy left in this godforsaken area is the lion scorpion monster that was taking so long to beat, and since he's the only one left, I won't have to worry about anything attacking me. Like before, the only way we will be able to defeat this enemy is like what I've been doing to the rest of the other enemies, except, like I said, this one is level 35, so he takes like an eternity to beat.
I'm right here. Come and get me. Come on. Come and get me. I'm right here. Come and get me. Come on. Come and get me. Come on. I'm right here. Come on. Come and get me. Come on. I'm right here. Come and get me.
Eventually,
Come and get me. Come on. I'm right here. Not like this.
This isn't happening.
yeah, I couldn't bear to go back and do another run of this challenge, so to answer the question, is it possible to beat every single monster in the starting area of Metaphor Refantazio? I mean, how much time do any of you have? Am I right?